Hello, welcome to Caliber Conversations. I'm your host, Captain Jeremy Ritchie, and we have a great show for you today. We have a couple of guests that we're going to be introducing here in a few minutes. We have our good friend Darwin Boedeker from, where are we from today? Armorlight. And also we have his business partner from ACI, Billy Ray Sherman. But before we get into that, did you know, as many of you know, that the suppressor rule has changed with the ATF, and they have eliminated that $200 tax stamp, which is a great value for consumers who want to buy a suppressor. That $200 tax stamp has also been eliminated for your SBR, your short barrel rifles. So now the time is to buy a rifle, short barrel rifle or a suppressor. And no, you don't have to wait months. You don't have to wait a year to get that license. Most licenses are coming back 1 week to 2 weeks. So right now is the time to get it before that rule changes. You never know when that rule might go back. Just to give you an idea of how many suppressors there were about just under 6 million suppressors as of 2025. And January 1st, the first day that the tax stamp was gone, the ATF reports that 150,000 applications were submitted to ATF. That's 150,000. Normal applications are 2,500 on a daily basis. So suppressors are up. Sales are good for gun dealers. Gun dealers, if you're not selling suppressors, you're missing a great opportunity because there are tons of manufacturers out there that are selling suppressors. You should check into it. There's a lot of good value suppressors. There's a lot of high-end ones. There's a lot of money to be made. And yes, that $200 tax stamp is gone. So we're going to break for a quick commercial and then bring our guest in. We'll talk to you soon.
If you're ready to turn your guns into top cash fast, Accurate Gun Auctions makes it simple, secure, and rewarding. With expert appraisals and a proven online platform, Accurate Gun Auctions connects your firearms with serious buyers nationwide, ensuring you get the best value in the shortest time. Whether you're selling one gun or an entire collection, our process is transparent, professional, and fast. So don't let your firearms sit idle. Cash in with confidence. Visit accurategunauctions.com today and see just how easy it is to turn your guns into top cash fast.
Hello, welcome back to Caliber Conversations. First off, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Armorlight, which can be found at armorlight.com. Great AR, the original AR manufacturers. Check them out for some great AR prices and quality firearms. Our other sponsor is Texas Gun Shows, which can be found at gunshowstx.com. And of course, Accurate Gun Auctions, which can also be found at accurategunauctions.com. Today we have in studio, we have Billy Ray Sherman from ACI, which is Alamo City Imports, and also his business partner, Darwin. And Darwin, can you introduce Billy to us?
Absolutely. So to my right over here is Billy Sherman. We met during our gun shows, the gun shows that we put on. Billy was one of our dealers for a long time. I trust him, obviously, that when you're dealing in this industry, you got to have trust before anything else.
Absolutely.
And I came to him with an idea saying, hey, look, after 25 years of doing shows, the next natural progression for us is to start importing, guns from around the world, just because I wasn't happy with the current state of things where brick and mortars are being forced to kind of sell used inventory to keep their lights on, keep their doors open. It shouldn't be that way. They should be able to make a living selling new firearms. So I reached out to Billy. Billy said, well, I've always had that interest, never found the right opportunity. So it was kind of a natural fit. And we went on this joint venture with Alamo City Imports. And so far, so good. We've only been doing it 6 months or so, but he's rocking and rolling on his end. And we're tackling the 800-pound gorilla in the room head on. So with further ado, Billy, thank you for being here, making time to do this. I know you're busy on your end doing all the import stuff, but just give us a rundown of what it is that you do and take care of for ACI.
Well, I do all the back end paperwork stuff, ordering, the compliance stuff with the ATF, all the logistics side of it. Making sure that I can stay in contact with the various manufacturers in Turkey and other places that we are dealing with, and then making sure the orders get shipped and get here in time and get them into the books and get them out to the consumers.
We had a little bit of with that shipping. We had a little bit of hiccup. Learners, you got to pay your dues kind of thing. So
Yes.
Monday was a federal holiday. Well, Billy set up the shipment for these guns to come in, and it landed on a federal holiday, and nobody was there to help. So it's one of those things that, at least here, I don't know about other places, the storage fees are excessive.
Yes.
When you can't pick up your items. So it's a lesson learned, but you gotta, that's just part of it. You don't think, well, let me think 8 days out and see if that's a holiday to see if we can say yes or no to a shipment. So he's doing a good job staying on top of that stuff.
I imagine like most places, there are several custom warehouses that you can use. So you can have your shipper use a different custom warehouse in Texas that might be a little more reasonable priced per night. Because you told me the number, and that's extremely high.
It's
as
nobody was more surprised than me.
an importer myself, I was like, no, that doesn't sound right.
Well, maybe it's cheaper, obviously, in other plays of the U.S., but at least for right here in Houston, it was a lot.
That seems like
It was a lot, and as well as anybody, there's not a massive amount of built-in profit anyway. So
Correct.
if you're doing one mess up here, one more extra night of storage, that all
It
takes
adds
a
up quick.
toll.
Absolutely.
You got to disperse that over your entire order. Where, if you're lucky enough to have 5,000 guns, maybe it's not that big of a deal. But
Right.
if you only have 50 guns
Yep.
and you're adding that amount for that storage, you're adding
Oh yeah.
a lot of money to it.
It's definitely a learning curve. Things are thrown at you that you haven't done before.
And if I could just take a moment to kind of break down the whole purpose behind ACI. I know I mentioned it a little bit, but I really was frustrated with the industry and the way it is. Kind of the flow chart, how we see now is, manufacturer in a different country goes to an importer. Importer takes their cut. Importer sells to a distributor. Distributor takes their cut. Distributor sells to brick and mortar. It takes their cut. So by the time it gets to the end user, all this pie has been chopped up so many times that there's not a lot left on the bone for the dealer. So being able to go over there, and you know this as well as anybody, being able to go over there and deal directly with the factory and bring those guns straight over to the brick and mortar and skip all of that nonsense in the middle, I think it's genuinely going to, lead to a 20 to 40% increase to the brick and mortars on their profitability.
And they need it right now because business is
Absolutely.
slow in the U.S. when it comes to brick and
Absolutely.
mortar.
And it's not a tough sell at that point. They trust me. They've known me for, as long as they have getting tables at the shows and stuff. If I just call them up and say, hey, you're currently paying, $229 for this item, how many do you want at $209? It's not, we're not having to do anything outside, the realm of weird. It just numbers at that point.
Correct.
And if they can make an extra $20 or $30 per gun, then that's awesome.
Yeah, you're becoming the distributor and the importer all in one,
Yep.
and taking one fee instead of two fees.
And it makes more realized profit for the gun stores.
Absolutely.
And not just the fact that they're already selling at low margins to compete with the online market. You can't, it's very difficult to compete with the online market from a brick and mortar's perspective.
Right.
And now, everybody gets on their cell phones and looks up, well, I can get this gun online for this price. Why can't you sell at this price? Well, there's just not a whole lot of margin there.
So this shipment that just came in from Turkey, did you visit Turkey and check out the factory before you purchased them?
We did, and what an experience, man! We flew into Istanbul, and then we took about an hour car ride to Konya,
Yep.
and where all the factories are. And I could not believe how many gun factories are in such a small small area.
Absolutely.
It was, you could literally stand at one and throw a rock and hit another one. And it was awesome seeing that all of these guys know each other. A lot of them are family, and they have a really good thing going over there.
Yes.
And I was blessed and excited to help bring some of those guns back over.
Konya, being the manufacturer capital of Turkey, is the most wealthiest village in Turkey and also the most religious village in Turkey.
No, we heard the sirens, or we heard the prayer
Yes, exactly.
being
Prayer bells.
announced.
Yep.
And obviously, if you're awake, you're like, oh, that's cool. But when you're asleep and
No,
that thing
yeah.
comes on, Hey, it took
Especially
a little,
when you
took
get
a
the
little
time
getting
change
used to.
difference, and you're trying to get an extra hour of sleep to figure it out, and bang, you hear that. And
That was,
it's
you know
outside
what?
your window, and you're jumping up.
That was the part that was the roughest on me, was the whole time change
Yeah.
thing. You know, and I have a funny joke. We were 8 hours ahead.
Yeah, 8 hours.
Yep.
8 hours ahead over there, so it would be funny. I would wait to the right amount of time, and then call back home, talk to the wife, and she'd just be getting up, and I tell her, well, the good news is the rest of your day turns out great. So she's like, what? I go, well, I'm 8 hours ahead of you. I'm just letting you know it all goes okay.
There you go.
So no, it was fun, and the food, the people were amazing.
Lots of tea.
Great hospitality. Yes, plenty of tea. But these people didn't know us from Adam, and the owners of these factories would literally take us back
Oh yeah,
to a house and prepare food for you, and
they're very welcoming people, and
it's incredible.
it is.
Yeah, all of them, everything. And if there's something you want to do, I mean, they'll
yeah.
take you to do it. Just
Yeah, they'll personally take
Yeah.
you and make sure you're taken care of, and you see the right thing. And yeah, it's a great group of people. I enjoy visiting Turkey whenever I get a chance. It's great driving through the streets with all the factories, and you see all the different manufacturers' logos on the building, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that gun was made in Turkey. Oh, I didn't know they were here. There's so many guns that are made in Turkey that we have no idea that they actually
almost
come from Turkey.
all the shotguns are made there
Yes.
now.
Yeah,
And it's
almost.
actually crazy too, because you going into the factories, you realize it's not much different from here. They have all the high-end
Yes.
CNC machines. They have, one of the factories went in, they had a whole bank of CNC machines being ran by AI.
Yep.
So it was pretty impressive to see how far along they are in the manufacturing process.
A lot of beautiful factories, a lot of updated factories. You'd think that all these it's Turkey, so it's going to be old machines and dirty and this and that.
It's not.
No, it's clean as could be. Brand new factories, quality control in the big, nice factories is great.
Yep.
I mean, you can always see there's a pile of rubbish or dirt metal that they don't want to use. Of course, unfortunately, some other factories are going to buy it. Some of the lower factories are going to buy it, so you do have to know what factory you are buying from Turkey, because just like anything else in the world, there's good factories and bad factories.
One of the most impressive things for me, all the CNC machines and all that were, uber impressive, but I really got a kick out of seeing where they aged their wood for their stocks.
Okay.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
too.
I mean, 80,000 square feet, 20 feet tall, stacked with pallets of rough cut stock, just aging.
Yeah, just sitting there. Yeah.
Just sitting there. And they say, well, it takes 2 years and then we use it. And I'm just like, all this Turkish walnut, which is beautiful wood. I just got to thinking, I couldn't help myself. Could you imagine all those people out there with Grandpa's Remington 700?
Right.
That's all beat to hell in the safe. It's got scratches and battle marks. They could pay for that whole country just to ship replacement 700 BDL stocks or ADL stocks, because every one of us has 4 or 5 of those sitting around, and they're all beat up. And could you imagine putting a brand new Turkish walnut stock on them?
Right.
It'd be beautiful.
So what kind of guns have you imported that we could see available to the retailers?
Over and over, trap guns, shotguns.
Okay.
Some pump 12 gauges, some automatic 12 gauges. We do have one we're working on bringing in right now, which is going to be a new line of bullpup. It's going to be doing away with the magazine fed side of it, and it's going to be tube fed, which we're really excited about. We actually got a chance to shoot it, test it while we were in Turkey, and it was fun to shoot.
Perfect. And that'll get you in some.
Here in about 2 weeks, we got our first shipment of 1911s coming in.
Well, that's
Very
coming in as well.
nice.
Yeah, so there's like 6 different kinds of 1911s coming in, so we're excited about those.
Perfect. And the bull pumps with the tube fed, that'll get you into some of the states that do not
Ban.
allow
Magazines,
magazine-fed
detachable magazines.
shotguns.
Correct.
So that's going to be nice.
And as fun as those bullpups are, the issue 9 times out of 10, if
Is
you
the-
ever had an issue, came down to the magazine.
Absolutely.
It'd get loose, get worn out. So to do away with that and just feed it ammo like you do your 1100, man, rock and roll.
What else do we have? We have some pretty excited about some lever actions that we're working on as well.
Okay.
They're going to be coming in the future.
There's a company over there that's making clones of the Marlin.
Okay.
And
That's nice.
And they make them in 9mm, 10mm, all the standard calibers, 44 mag, 45 long Colt, 45 70,
30-30.
30 30. But I can't wait to get my hands on one of those the lever action, but in a 10 millimeter with a threaded barrel. I think that's going to be a blast.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
That
that's
longer
gonna be
barrel with a 10 millimeter is it's gonna do the work.
We got in a lever action 410.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I haven't shot it yet. Been anxious to shoot it, but yeah, it looks pretty cool.
They're incredible. They're incredible guns over there, and we're really excited. It's not coming from Turkey, but it's coming from that part of the world. That a new sniper rifle that
Okay.
we're really looking forward to debuting over here. Nobody's got a chance to test them yet, so we're waiting for approval from the ATF to bring those over. But it's a straight pull bolt action, so
Okay.
kind of think of like a Blaser
Right.
with that straight pull action. And
So
Billy,
it still meets the sporting qualification for
Yes. Yeah.
ATF.
and
rules
Billy and I
for
got the chance to shoot it in one of the most beautiful shooting ranges. I have a picture of it. You're basically shooting down range, and right at the end, your backstop is a massive mountain
Right.
covered in green trees.
it's
I mean, it's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
It was.
But this sniper rifle is nice, and for the price point, I mean, you're talking half the cost of some of these other platforms, and they're making them in all kinds of calibers
They
too.
do.
6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, 375 Chi-Tech, 50
308.
BMG, 308, like all the good calibers.
Sounds
So-
good. Anxious to see them come in and give us more choices and give us more affordable choices. And the biggest benefit is obviously to the dealers. They can get a better margin and keep their lights on, because there's a lot of dealers out there suffering, and a lot of dealers need you guys to come in and help them with profit margin.
You know, the other exciting venture that ACI is going to tackle, we're not tackling it currently, but we are going to tackle it, and that is providing a used inventory to distribute to brick and mortars.
Okay.
You know as well as anybody, Billy too, he owned his shop for years. For most gun stores, a lot of mom and pops, the only way that they get used inventory is if it walks in their front door.
Yes.
That's how a lot of them source their used inventory, which makes it very limited in what you're going to have in your used inventory. So if we can put out a platform, not only distribute new firearms, but also, come check our used section, which Miss Bailey that you met earlier is going to be a part of that campaign. It'll give dealers. We do the gun shows, so as we pick up guns through the gun show, we'll be able to put those on the site in the used gun category and have mom and pops, FFLs only, but mom and pops shop that as well if they want some used inventory.
Yeah. A lot of dealers use my platform to buy used firearms. for
Oh,
their
auctions
shop.
would be a great way to do that. 100%.
Yeah, because they'll ship us the firearms that are not selling in their demographic.
Yep.
Because not all guns are good for all demographics. So a lot of times they'll send us their firearms that are not moving for us to sell for them, but then they'll buy a bunch of firearms that will move in their area. So
Yep.
Accurate Gun Auctions is a great way to buy some used guns. And yeah, more platforms for the dealers to be able to buy used guns for their shop is going to be a benefit to the
100%.
dealers.
The margins in used guns are typically better than new.
Oh, without a doubt.
So
And we
It's
just
been
thought
that way for a while.
We thought it was an area that was underutilized, because if a dealer is getting on Alamo City Imports to buy new guns, but he's also saying, you know what, let me go ahead and check the used inventory, how much more efficient is it and how nice is it that he can do both? He can buy new inventory for his shop, but also maybe get lucky and find a couple used items from the same place and not have to go to multiple sites and do all of that.
Billy, how does somebody get a hold of you? Website, telephone number?
So we have a website, alamocityimports.com.
Okay.
It's being updated daily. It's getting more robust. Going to have a lot more features coming, going to be released here very soon. You can also call or email us. You can call me at 512-988-9555. You can also email us at info@alamocityimports.com.
Very nice. And everything's being warehoused here in Texas,
Everything is here in Texas.
which is
I'm sorry. One of the cool things about the website, when Billy was talking about how it's going to be robust, is we're building a tool, or Mark, the guy that's building it for us, is building a tool inside the platform to where when the dealer gets on and types in his or her FFL to verify that they have a current FFL that they can get on the site to order,
Yep.
all of their ordering is tied directly to their number, and there's a sliding scale on there. So as they place their orders, it will give a real-time live feedback on how much money they've saved
Oh,
by
nice.
ordering from us versus the other standard averages that are in the industry.
Okay.
So it'll show pricing on other people's sites. It'll show our pricing, but this scale is live to their FFL.
Okay.
So each person that logs in, when they log in, they're going to see all of their reporting, and it'll also show them a live feedback on how much money they've saved by ordering from us.
You have a car dealership friend, don't you?
Yes.
That seems like a car dealership function right there.
Hey, and it works great for guns too.
It does.
I mean, it's important as a small business owner.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, you got so many different things going on. It's hard to track. I wonder how much I spent with them. I feel like it's a lot. I don't know if I saved anything. Should I be shopping other places? Well, when they log in with their FFL and they see these numbers populated, it's for them. You know, they can sit there and take that scale and they can even move it. If I turn in a $15,000 order, I'm going to save this much. If I turn in a $500 order, I'm going to turn in this much. So it's a powerful tool.
Yes, it sounds it. Texas is a great place to have a import firearms company. Not only is Texas a very friendly to firearms, it's also great for shipping, right? I mean, you're 2 days away from anywhere in the United States for the most part.
For the most part.
And, you know, it's very centralized, so, you know, dealers not waiting for 4 or 5 days for them to get their product once they order it from you, because, you know, for the most part, 2-day shipping to anywhere in the country, which is great, because you can't sell something you don't have on your shelf. And
That's exactly right.
correct.
And with as many different opportunities that's already been put in front of us to bring these different items in from overseas, the catalog of SKUs or of items is going to get pretty big pretty quickly. I mean, we're coming at it from not only guns, shotguns, rifles, pistols, but also ammo and any other things that we think Americans might want that we can save them a ton of money on. We're going to bring it in.
Now, currently, we're doing this particular episode in Bryan, Texas, at Legends Convention Center, which hosts the largest Texas gun show coming up in August. Can I expect you guys to have a booth there?
Oh, Alamo City will be there, along with some other people in the industry.
Nice.
Yeah, so right up here in the front, when you walk into this facility, you come in at a raised mezzanine level.
Yep.
So all of
I
our
remember.
10 by 10 booths are going to be up on this higher section, and then you actually walk down a set of stairs to get down to the main floor where all the gun show tables are going to be. So all the 10 by 10 booths are going to have prime placement, and all of us are right up here in front.
And ACI is going to have a tape. Booth
Yeah,
up top?
ACI,
top?
Corbon Ammunition,
Nice.
Accurate Gun Auctions, the podcast, these great guys doing this, y'all putting this on. We're all going to be in front. The TGS girls, the Alamo Angels, as Bailey calls them, we're all going to be right up here in front. So come and see us, say hi, and it's going to be a good time. I genuinely, in the deepest part of my soul, think that this is going to be one for the record books. I mean, not only for the step up in advertisement that we've done, but for the 17,000 people that came last year, they're all going to tell somebody. And the phone calls that we're receiving each day, you know, for hotel information and all that. And if you do have hotel information or need information, go to our site, gunshowstx.com. The hotel links are directly on there. It will save you some money doing that. This show is too large to see all in one day. So you're going to want to break it up over 2 days, get you a hotel room, relax, participate in the fun events that we have going on after the show each night, and just make a weekend of it.
And Saturday night's going to be the Accurate Gun Auctions live auction. We're bringing 250 to 275 guns to the auction. It'll be Saturday night right after the gun show. The gun show is going to end at 6. We should be starting auctioning off at 6:30. My guess is the room will be open about 5 o'clock for people to come and view the firearms that we'll be auctioning off. And as I mentioned in a previous episode, VIP members of the Texas Gun Show will get to view the guns an hour beforehand. So it'll be closed and only open to VIP members. So if you haven't gotten your VIP membership at the Texas Gun Show, now the time to do it. Not only do you get an hour in before The auction, you also, I believe, get an hour before the gun show opens up, correct?
That is correct. If you're going to come to only one show, I will tell you last year, this line was wrapped all the way around the facility, both directions. And if you don't want to stand, it's August, so if you don't want to stand in the Texas heat, it's worth the $24.95 to skip that line. VIP Patriots will have their own dedicated door at the end of the building where it's just for them. You'll be able to come and go as you please. You get a golden wristband, holographic golden wristband, and not only that, but you get to experience all the other perks for being a member as well. But it's worth it just to get out of that line.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'll pay $30 anytime to get out of a Texas heat. In
I
August.
I will also mention this. Saturday morning, we're working on it. It's still not finalized, but Saturday morning, about 15 minutes before the doors open, everybody's going to get a show. So if I can pull off what I have working in the background, I'll just put it this way: you want to have your phones ready.
Yes.
So
And
let's pray that I can pull that off.
And hold on to your hats.
And hold on to your hats.
Well, that's about all the time we have today. Thank you to our guests. Also, a big thank you to our sponsors one more time. Accurate Gun Auctions at accurategunauctions.com, Armorlight at armorlight.com, and Texas Gun Shows, gunshowstx.com. We'll see you next week, and have a great day.